Hello everyone. I am just about to wrap up my 100-day project of botanicals, 100-day of botanicals, and I've done a lot of 2-page vertical drawings, but I'm about to start another project that I do just about every year, and I think this is the 8th year, but it's ICAD, index card a day, and so I have an index card. I prefer the blank ones, but obviously you could get the lined index cards, and that would be fine. So what I plan to do is to prototype my plan for this session. The index card a day runs from June the 1st through July the 31st. So there's 61 days of creating using index cards. And I'm going to try for a theme, at least for the first 30 days. This is what I plan to do. And we'll see what happens in the last 31 days. So I'm going to attach this piece of sheet music to this index card using a glue stick. This glue stick, if you're interested, is the Uhu stick. And it goes on blue in color, but it dries clear. And you want to make sure you get your edges well. Okay, I think maybe that's good. I'm gonna, these were pages that I had cut for, I don't know for what reason, but had already been cut. I have a lot of pages. Various pages, sheet music and journal paper and various things. So, okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'm going to add some Liquitex clear gesso. Now, gesso is going to make this surface, it'll be stronger, and I can take things back if I, wipe something off if I don't particularly like it. And that's a reason for using gesso. And I'm using clear gesso just because I want the paper underneath to be visible. So I'm going to put a little bit more. It doesn't have to be a thick layer, just enough to cover most of the surface. I'm going to spread it out kind of thin and make sure I got the edges. And now I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. And I'm going to put it under the table so you don't have to hear it quite so loud. I hope everyone is enjoying their season, whatever it is. Here it's pretty much summer. Although the last couple of days we've had a great deal of rain. We're in a rainy season at this moment. But I think it's going to go away tomorrow. And we'll have more sunshine. Okay, so it's, reasonably dry. Now I'm going to take this graphics. It's a Lyra, and it's a graphic stick, graphite, and I'm just going to make some marks on this. Now, when I originally started thinking about what I wanted to do for ICAD, I was thinking neutral colors, black and white, black and tan, black and, brown. But I decided when I was going through a book that I was using to pull a word. I like to use words sometimes, and this is a piece of dyed. I dyed this piece of canvas using tea. It was a tea-dyed piece of canvas. Then I took a piece of colorful 100% cotton fabric, and I had this bundle. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but I decided, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use more color for this project. So I pulled out, in this one, I pulled out a piece of the yellow, and then I had this piece of fancy threads that I thought I would use in connection with that. So I pulled off a piece and I sewed it on the 3 pieces together. And now I'm going, well, first I think I'm going to attach a piece of, I'm going to attach a piece of, what am I thinking? I'm going to attach a piece of a tea bag. And I'm now going to have to find my gel medium. Please bear with me. Okay, this is actually a heavy gel. It's probably overkill, but that was the first thing I put my hands on. And it obviously has not been opened, but we're going to do that. So it's not going to take much. Obviously, I don't need a heavy gel for this, but I'm going to use it anyway, just because it's handy. Okay, so this is going to put the tea bag down on my sheet music, and I'm going to press it down and try to make sure it's attached everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to use a bit of Fabri-Tac. Because it's fabric, I'm going to use this to attach it over my tea bag. In addition to the 3 pieces of the fabric and the ribbon, the thread, I actually have some strings that I pulled off as I was tearing. I tore the fabric, as I was tearing it, there were lots of strings. So I like to incorporate them. And also when I was sewing this on, the fabrics together, all 3 pieces together, I have colorful thread that will also be visible. Now I think I'm going to take a stencil and I'm going to use a bit of acrylic paint. I'm going to use Payne's Gray, if I can get this open. But you know it, I didn't try it before I decided to use it, so I'm going to dip it in water and see if that'll loosen it up a little bit. Not particularly loose. Well, when all else fails, you can always go to another color. And I did have a yellow out that I was thinking about using. So, assuming I can get this one open, I'm going to use this yellow. It's a Liquitex Basic. Liquitex Basic. And I don't need very much, but that's probably way too much. But anyway, that's what I've got. And I'm going to use a makeup sponge. And I'm going to apply. And you don't want your sponge loaded up too much. You want enough to get some of the paint down, but you don't want it loaded up to where it seeps underneath the mask, the stencil. Okay, so I'm adding a little bit more, pouncing it over the stencil, and it's going off of the stencil, so it will actually be on my underpaper as well, which always is nice to have when you start building up layers on your underpaper. Okay, so I think maybe that's enough. So it's not very dark, but it does add a bit of color to it that looks really nice, I think. Okay, so next what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add some washi tape, some masking tape. And I'm just going to put it down, not stick down my threads, but put it down here at the bottom. And I'm going to take a piece of black tape. This is from Dick Blick. It's really kind of a black, it's just a black masking tape. And I'm going to put a bit of that down here as well. And that's left over or extends beyond the card, I'm just going to tuck it around to the other side. All right, now I think I'm going to use, I have a distress crayon, and it's Spice Marmalade. These are made by Ranger and the Tim Holtz product. So I'm just going to do a little bit of marking, and they smudge nicely if you want to extend the color from what you're drawing. And I'm kind of continuing that circular pattern from the stencil. I'm going to close this up. Okay, and this is a gelato, and I'm going to put a little bit of that down. It's just a different, same general color, but different. But it also smudges. Maybe I'll put some in the center and smudge it out. Okay, I'm going to take a pencil and just make some marks. No rhyme, no reason as to what I'm doing. And I'm kind of continuing the circular pattern here. And I want to include these washi tapes are a product from Dina Wakley. And I thought, some of the colors kind of go with what I'm envisioning for these index cards. So I'm going to put this down. Now, I'm not going to be able to demo this. Well, I got one more thing I want to put on here. I'm not going to be able to show you this, but what my intent is to go around the card, to stitch around the card. I'm going to put this on. I added glue stick to it because it does not have a sticky backing. So one more thing, if I can find it. I had it out here a minute ago. Here we go. This is the word for this particular one, and since I decided I was actually going to use some color, which like I said, I normally do neutral. I'm going to add the word colors to this. And I'm going to take I'm looking for a Mark Saw pencil. I have them all over the place. Nope, that's not one. Hang on a minute. I know I've got them everywhere. Okay, it's a Stabilo Marks All pencil, and I'm going to just draw around my word and activate it a little bit with water using a water brush. Just smudge it up a little bit. And I believe this is it. This is my prototype for the cards I'm going to be making. So I have 61 more of these to go. I'm not counting this one as the first one. It's just a prototype. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you like what you see. Please comment and like and whatever else you feel led to do. Thank you so much. Goodbye.